Oh, hello. This means like it is. How you doing? And I'm going to talk about the video about why that I created the my current support for Trump and also Stacey Dash due to the black and brown racism here in Houston over the Jesus Flores murder in North Houston. The reason why I made that video, and I'm getting a lot of folks like, what the hell happened to him? He was for Bernie Sanders and now he worked for Trump. If y'all don't know how to analyze, that's not my fault. Excuse me, did I say on my video that I wanted Trump to win in the first place? I said on my tweets that it was a protest. I mentioned on my videos not concerning this issue, but I brought it up so those who are listening can understand what I'm talking about. There's nowhere I'm not saying that I'm gonna vote for Trump. But if black and people African American have been all considered being out people black, I'm not with the one drop rule. People African American and Hispanic who keep fighting, especially those in Mexican, keep fighting amongst each other to the point that I'm sorry, maybe the battle for Trump will knock all our behinds off. Not putting because I don't believe in that black on black racism. I don't want to see a wall here. Excuse me, let's try. I checked this for all Mexico. The white racist Anglo folks like Sam Houston, that the city we live in, named after him. Stephen A. Austin, David Crockett, and all them folks who were segregationists and and they were slave masters and stuff, and Confederate people wanted to steal this from Mexico to make it a slave state. That's what the Alamo happened. Okay, and I keep mentioning the black part of Mexico that folks don't want to talk about. I'm glad Rosa Perez talked about this about all Latinos, but particularly in Mexico. The second president of Mexico, Vicente Guerrero, my hero, was Afro mestizo who banned slavery in the 1820s. 1826, he actually put in law, and then he enforced emancipation of the Afro-Mexican slaves in Mexico in 1829. I'm very educated. By the way, and I was speaking about, I was beefing about this, about the black and brown racism I saw on Channel 13's Facebook and Channel 11, Channel 2, or maybe 39. One on Facebook's news outlets here in Houston. I also put a picture of the Guerrero from Wikipedia. Actually, this website, so everyone can know who he was. And on the shocking part that I noticed, and I'm going to mention this on the video, that Jesus Flores, not only born in August like I was in Leo, but Vicente Guerrero was born August 10th, so was Jesus Flores. And this is something, and I'm not in no Illuminati mess, y'all, with that Illuminati junk. I feel like Beyonce in that song on not Lemonade. What's the song? Formation. Okay, yeah, Illuminati mess, but it feel like Illuminati Twilight Zone because I was saying that y'all Stacey Dash is for Trump, and that Monday morning when I was talking about this, the Stacey Dash endorsed for Trump. And it goes all over media, and I made a video about that. This is a weird thing, and not only that, I found out why I was mentioned about the mixture in Mexico having African DNA along with Spanish and Native American all together, not all separately, and not having no African when it's actually not true. Many of them do have African DNA in them, don't want to mention it. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I'm be honest. Okay, I have to spill the beans on this. Okay, my next video, I'm talking about spill the tea, whatever you want to call it. Expose the expose. I'm gonna be my big bojo grande, my big mouth. Okay, they are. Many of them are mixed with African. Do not want to mix it. Just like many of us, which is not me personally, because I do acknowledge all my roots, the black, the white, Native American. But many of our people are not pure black here. They're mixed with black, white, Native American. Okay, and I'm very proud of my mixed background, so there's no reason to knock me down for it. I do check 3 boxes, all the 2 race more category. Okay, but speaking of category, I'm gonna get to that later because there are concerns about this. So that's the reason why Texas got stolen, because Mexicans were on the African American slaves side during the Alamo. Yes, you had some Tejanos being Pocho-minded who was on the Texan side, and some mulatto being tragic with a slave mentality. who were not Hispanic origin, was on the slave master Alamo, fighting for the Alamo side. Okay, for Sam Houston and David Crockett. Okay, even a slave, a pure 9-10 pure black slave that was told by masters to fight with him. Okay, but point is, majority of the Mexicans who were from Mexico, who was on Santa Anna's side, was against slavery and fighting for the slaves here to be free. See, and I don't think go back to Black Seminoles. I wish Hollywood would do a movie, since Snoop Dogg was talking about slave movies. They need to do a movie about the Black Seminoles. They fought against the slave masters. Okay, hello. And as a person with partial Native American and partial black DNA besides white, I'm very proud and I want my history to be known. Okay, I don't have any Seminole background, but I have Choctaw and some unknown tribes. And you can't deny I have Native American DNA because I don't look all that black. I don't look like Akon, but also I don't have no hairy chest and hairy legs and all that other crap. And I'm almost 37, which is close to 40 years old. The only thing is hair here, in some areas you don't need to see. Okay, I had to go there. But I'm a mix with black and Native American. Okay, and people folks would tell me I don't look white at all. Of course I don't, but I look more black and Native American mix. Okay. So with this camera complexion, because you have a lot of us with camera complexion too, okay? But y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? So, point is, so the Black Seminoles who left Florida, who were in Trail of Tears, who went to Oklahoma, almost got enslaved there, almost got enslaved in Texas, went to Texas, through Mexico, across the Rio Grande, you know what I'm saying? I would have done the same thing too, okay? That's why I don't use the word, the WB word, not because it is a racist term and I hate that word, the WB word, the word, whatever, I hate it, okay? But I wouldn't mind being one myself, meaning that I would cross the Rio Grande too if it was slavery. Y'all get my joke? I know y'all laugh about that part, but no, for real, I wouldn't shoot another fuck. I would not want to be here and call all type of niggas and told boy and clean the house and whatever, because I'm not too dark and I'm not too light. But whether I be the field or the inside, I don't want to be neither. I want to be the freeman or the runaway, okay? So I will cross the Rio Grande too. I don't care, piranhas, snakes, eat me up, whatever. As long as if I end up dead, as long as I have to go that situation, okay? Because I tell people that I'll actually go tell the master, just go ahead and hang me on the tree, because I'm not going to sit here and deal with this bullshit. Okay, for real, I'm not. Baby, y'all. Those who, I mean, if Harriet Tubman came and told me, let's get out the plantation, I ain't going to hesitate to try to question her. I'm going to get the fuck out the plantation, okay? But y'all sit here, like some of these folks here in Texas, that's why I can't knock with some brothers and sisters here, think like slaves, don't want to fight the oppression, but complain about it, okay? But, for real, that's why I talk about this issue all the time. If I can't wait to get out, baby. If I get out of Texas, dog, I'm gonna feel like Josephine Baker when she went to Florida. See me. When she went to France, Florida, France, when she went to Paris, France, and felt like she was in heaven and not come back. Okay? So, y'all, speaking of the reason I was saying about Trump, that's why I say, go ahead and let America destroy itself, because the people who complain about the racism or practicing with amongst themselves, but would not try to fight against it and not try to be racist at the same time. That was the message of the video. Did you get it? Okay. So, and if I did vote for Trump, trust me, I would not be here. I will go to Mexico before they build a wall and just let the Americans tear the pieces, okay? Because this country is full of shit. When I practice the epitome of freedom, you see me being unique and different, not being like everybody else, and get criticized harshly. Even folks try to use their authority to criticize me and mistreat me and penalize me for being unique. But and being the free spirit that I am. But America's a free country. Why is that going on? They don't make any sense, okay? So, since you will get somebody who actually gonna practice how they want the freedom to be just distributed to, and it's gonna be in a racist sense, not no brother or no Latino, no sister or Latina is not gonna enjoy them benefits, okay? Or anybody of color, even if they found out you look like a white person and just pass and something else that's pure white and ain't. Your ass ain't gonna get none of the benefits either. And if you're a poor white person, you ain't gonna get the rich ones, the elite, gonna, just like Donald Trump, gonna get all the benefits. While y'all, the the white folks who are poor gonna think their white privilege gonna count because they're white skin, but still ain't getting enough money that the white folks get who got money. Okay, let's be real with it. Okay, Donald Trump is gonna fool y'all. But y'all sitting here beefing and saying one is one is bad, and it's a cartel that killed him, and it's a black man nigga killed him, and all other stuff and illegal and all other stuff. Y'all black and brown folks in this country, especially in my city, are just full of HSIT and muera, I mean just shit. When you fight into that bullshit and then complain about a white man saying that stuff to you. That's what I don't get. Okay, so that's why I said I'm gonna vote for Trump if this bullshit continues. And if it does continue, I will do it. I do want to vote for Sanders. I think that Sanders can get it, but my vote can go to Gary Johnson. Okay, yes, I'm gonna vote for Gary Johnson. I'm gonna vote for the Hiroshima, a female version of Trump in disguise. Y'all need to stop bullshit and maybe look at the situation she is. But at the same time, y'all call yourself Mayate, call them folks Mayate and werebacks and niggas and speaks and all the other stuff and legals and monkeys and mongrel. I mean, I'm like, dang, who raised y'all folks? And if your parents raised you to be racist and claim to be all that Christ-like, I ain't the perfect one. I can't throw stones, but I ain't doing that type of stuff, okay? If I'm going to do a sin, I'm going to do bad by myself. I'm not going to teach my kids to do sin for me, okay? Because that's scandalization. You be thrown to the sea for it, okay? So the point is, that's what you have learned. You can't learn about white race people teach their kids racism to hate black and Hispanic folks, but you teach your kids to hate Mexicans and hate black folks. I don't understand this crap. I don't understand it. You know, y'all need to clean your closet first. And I mean, y'all, even though I am part of the African American community, and I'm also mixed with black, white, and American as well, but both parties who participate in this racism need to clean their closet first. And speaking of the category that I mentioned about the multiracial category, it was so silly for LULAC and NAACP, National Council of Eliza, what's the other Urban League, and then the other minority groups who are not in the Hispanic African American community, who are in Native American and Asian, like AIM, and which is American Indian Movement, and Asian League, got together in the late '90s to stop the multiracial category. Did the white racist Ku Klux Klan job? Yeah, y'all sure did when y'all did that. Time out, you gonna lose numbers, but you ain't gonna come together to stop racism amongst minorities, especially black and brown, okay? And Asian and Latino against each other, and Asian, Hispanic, Asian and black and racism. You're not gonna stop that mess, but you sure gonna whine about multiracial category that actually unite the whole population of the United States, because the majority of people like myself have multiracial backgrounds, and that's who we really are. We're not pure. I'm not one to fake a false identity, especially the false identity of the one drop rule was used to hurt me, not to help me. It was to put me on a plantation for having a drop of black blood. Okay, it was used to put on me in segregation, racism, segregation, being, having the tendency to be lynched, called all type of niggas and stuff, and denied a job and be economically disenfranchised due to those laws. And those who talk about, and as we want to mention this, if we do bring Donald Trump, you have Hispanic and African American people. I want to go back to segregation. Oh, what Martin King said, Chavez did. You sit here and say that shit. Why don't I go back to Africa or Latin America? And African American descendant people, not pure black, but want to claim people as a white man told you like a doggone slave. You're so faithful to that stuff, but the one drop rule, knowing that rule is no longer a law since 1967 when they went to the Love vs. Virginia case, when that part black Native American and part Native American woman, Mildred Loving and Richard Love, the white man, they classified as black with the one drop rule. She couldn't get married in Virginia, but they did anyway, went outside of Virginia, okay, excuse me, and they came back, and then got arrested. They had to go to Washington D.C. and they fought against, the laws against interracial marriage, particularly between quote black identified or black classified, should I say, and white folks, okay? And they made all interracial marriages legalized, and Supreme Court considered one drop rule unconstitutional. Do your doggone research, so we can check more than one box. And if a government agency or a city agency in your local town does not want to acknowledge you as a multiracial person, you can actually sue them for that. Do you know that? Talk to a lawyer who actually knows the law. And it was a non-black lawyer that told me this. Okay, so because I know some in our community were trying to keep that one drop lie. Like, for example, I'm sorry to say this, what's the man that be on TV? No, not Judge Joe Brown. What's his name? The light-skinned brother on there. Judge Mathis talking about the one. No, you know damn well the one drop rule as a judge is no law. Stop trying to lie to people for white folks who are racist, okay? That rules were racist rules to keep us enslavement, keep us mistreated, keep us on the down, okay? And so why not acknowledge all your roots? You're black and white Native American. You're not pure black. I don't look in the mirror and I don't see Akon. If I did see Akon, I know that my DNA is still mixed up. I can have a child lighter than me. Just like right now, I can have a child lighter than me, darker than can't say camera like I am. Why we keep on trying to hide the truth and going on with a lie that hurts us, did not help us, because I don't get a dog on check with one drop of black blood and don't even we call it a 40 acres of mule. I don't even get that shit. Okay, so why are we still here keeping this dog on this lie and telling folks that it's still a law and beef with people and try to fight someone? 9-10 you can get killed. Trust me, if I had a gun law, like, I'm not making no threats, but this is for future reference, because by law I have a right to protect myself. If someone try to come against me with that doggone thing, I have my license when after I get out the projects, okay, and I will carry, I do believe in carrying a gun and getting what's it called, a gun license, okay. I live in Texas and I am a Democrat, but I do believe in gun laws. These folks are crazy these days, okay, so you can't sit here just wait for HPD or precincts, whatever, come and they come 20 minutes to an hour and you 9 or 10 be dead or be blooded up and probably be knocked out and have to go to the hospital. And probably nobody gonna call laws, call the police, or call an ambulance for you, okay? So you gotta protect yourself. The Second Amendment, I do go along with that situation. And Zimmer with his Afro mestizo behind, because he mentioned his Afro Peruvian background, his Peruvian mother side, okay? Gonna sit here and mess up the standing ground law. You know, damn always I was very upset about that, because I do believe these folks are crazy, and I would just be non-discriminatory if someone come to me and start acting a fool and I feel threatened, okay? But hypothetically speaking, when I do get, actually, and it's not a threat, it's gonna be a real thing. When I do get my gun license and someone start beefing with me and try to come in my face about anything special, and I will, if the bullet starts popping out bullets, that's on you. It's not on me. You should never come toward me trying to start some shit. But you have folks that do that type of shit, knowing that they're not intending to get killed for that. You don't let nobody just stay your place. You mean, let that person alone. But they want to run somebody like they want to be the next slave master on the plantation. And they want to claim to be all black, but they want to act like a slave man, but dictate someone else's life. And that's why we can't get together as a people. And nobody in their own nature wants someone to dictate them, including myself. I don't care what your color is, you're not gonna dictate me. Okay? I don't play that shit. If I don't like my own mama and daddy, I don't care if they did brought me into the world. Bring me with some freedom, not with tyranny. And I do go stand by that rule. That mean that they're saying I'd rather be dead instead of living in tyranny. Okay, for real. I do. I prefer death over tyranny. Okay, but anyway, going back to the situation. Is if you have folks trying to keep that rule and beef with somebody and get bad, manipulated, act savage like about this one drop rule, like it's a quote in the Bible, and we gonna get a blessing for having a one drop rule to help us out, and I ain't got no daggone blessing. I don't understand what would motivate us to have that. And no, when I mention the Afro mestizo roots and Latinos, or whether it be Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever, I'm not trying to one drop them either. I see them as multiracial. But the funny part, when all these minority groups came together, they all was for against the multiracial category, but not trying to clean up the community and stop this racism between each other and stop the crime and everything and drugs coming in the community. Why that's not a big issue, but one multiracial that actually unite the whole population, American people. Actually, if everybody checked that doggone category, we will be the majority of this country, because ain't nobody pure anything unless you're from the outside the United States. Well, except for Latin America, of course. But Europe, Africa, Asia, you know what I'm saying, you're 9-10 pure something. Okay, so I mean, it's mixed people in those countries, but it's mostly a bunch of pure breeds. Okay, so they like to say, okay, but majority of people here are mixed. I'm very proud of it. I ain't got no shame in my game. I thank God for making all my DNA mixed on both my mom and dad's side, so they ain't no people. I'm very happy. I got no apologies. I don't have no shame. I don't live for nobody but this man here. That's me, Zach. Okay, those looking for somebody, live for them, look for somebody else. If you want to catch hell from somebody when you try to do that with me, that's your fault, because you've been warned. But going back to this situation, we want to sit here and talk about, when I'm mentioning a big issue about that, is because if you want segregation, you should claim to be pure black, then go to Africa. You want segregation, go back to Mexico or any Latin American country. I don't understand how minorities want to complain about integration and mixing when they're products of it, Talking about these two minority groups, and then two, it's unite the human family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We should unite. We all human beings and one being in the day. You know, no one's better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want to go on white? Well, we should be segregated. And I want my daughter being a black person home, black Mexican home. I'm like, dang. Let's just say that you won't not bring nobody bad home. Would you rather someone who a drug dealer on the street? I'm gonna ask you to play this game. Okay, so let's say your E-High have a Charlie down the street who beats on women. And there's a brother who got a suit, whether he light skin, dark skin, whatever, but have a suit, got a contrary. Would you rather have that? Which one would you rather? Okay, let's say you have your daughter, Shaniqua. I'm gonna be very stereotypical, so it make y'all laugh. And she got a thug boyfriend, whether he like dark skin, got a deal, but different baby mamas and everything. But you got a Hispanic guy who got a job. You know, what would y'all wear? Okay, my point is you should look at the person's personality instead of the color. I mean, everybody have their own preference. That's you, but don't try to enforce it on your kids. Because in that they can choose the wrong person within their own community who gonna beat them inside the dog head, do a own kind of thing. Trust me, I've been there. Okay, I had people in my African American community did me wrong. I also had for Hispanic folks did me wrong too. But I also had either two on both sides treat me real good, so I had to look at the person. Because remember, I get bullied from everybody. When I was getting bullied in school, all the dudes, bullied women to girls too, but most of the dudes, but if you identify as black, Hispanic, or white, identify, how they identify this, because many of us are mixed, and I have to that, okay, as a person who defends multiracial identity, mistreated me and did me any kind of way, sexual harassed me, whatever, because I wasn't macho. So should I hate all white guys, Hispanic guys, black dudes, or light dark, whatever? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, black identified, you know what I'm saying? Should I hate everybody in the whole wide world? Should I just have a hatred for everybody, hate anybody, any human being, and walk on the road because folks did me wrong? Okay, I mean, I admit that I do show more affection towards women and it's kind of funny because on my audience on this channel, it's mostly men who watch my channel, which I saw on the you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? But it's more, and women is less. Well, I thought it would be the opposite because it don't fit the description of the hyper masculine mode of America. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own individual, and I feel as a man who fight for men's rights, a man can do whatever he wants to. Okay, I don't. And at the same time, I don't wear no dresses and heels and all that other stuff. Because I talk about this voice, no act macho, don't mean that I'm trying to be like another Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, I'm happy to have a thing between my legs. Okay, thank you. Hello. But point is, I'm not gonna be your stereotype. Find somebody else to play the role, be stereotypical role. Okay, but point is that, it's mostly men who watch my channel. Even on Twitter, I saw the same thing. I'm like, damn, what's it men watching my channel? I thought I was the enemy of the epitome of the enemy of most men in America, because they think that I'm this because I don't act all macho, but I don't do like this, and then they don't want to be sticking in the boot and sticking in whatever. Okay, especially when they're locked up in jail, because it's a South Gomorrah go there. They don't always be forced. It be we call it by choice, because if they can't have commissary or weed or cigarettes, they have to sell each other to get it. Yes, I saw that documentary here on my computer. I was like, dang, I'm sure I learn about these old hypocrisy days. And then we dudes that want to, they talk like this, they want to hit up on me. Okay, so trust me, you know what I'm saying? For real. I have dudes who talk like this, you know what I'm saying? Well, I want to get to know you. Yeah. And I saw that I had a friend, this light-skinned brother was telling me he want to fuck around. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, we ain't. No. Okay? What the heck is going on with these dudes? But hey, that's the mentality. Y'all ladies, stop thinking that because a dude act masculine that he automatically is straight. You are very ignorant of that. That's why when I hear about these AIDS cases, whether it be those with the African American community or outside, who got AIDS because they went along with their ignorance. I don't wish that on nobody, but when you go along with stereotypes, I cannot sit here and feel sorry for you, because you should have looked at him as an individual and stop thinking all masculine men are straight and all feminine are gay. I don't understand that concept, because the definition of homosexual and gay totally different. Would you describe your description of it? Because it means a person who has same sex, you know what I'm saying? And not every man who's feminine. I never had sex with a man, so point it. But a lot of y'all want to see that happen, and then too, same thing. I think that some of these women, I actually found out too that a lot of women look at gay porn. It's like a lot of straight men, men whether they buy gay or even look at lesbian porn. You know what I'm saying? Learn all this stuff. So it's kind of weird that some women say, I don't want a man that's gay, but at the same time they look at the stuff. Weird. It's weird. People are hypocritical these days. You can't take no one seriously. But the point is, y'all sit here and tell, oh, don't bring Negrito home. Okay, well, oh yeah, I hate that term, Negrito. I prefer Morenito. But you know what I'm saying? You sit here and made a stereotype, oh, all Negritos are bad, but then your dog dating some doggone thugs who have to be Latino. Okay, when they say anything with a sister, oh, don't bring no Mexican home. They girl to them, but there's a brother down the street, they selling dope, selling rock, got baby, they my other stuff, and y'all dating me and choose again. I don't understand that. Okay, so both parties deal with the same doggone issue. What do y'all call yourself? Because just long ago, while y'all beefing, it's a white sheriff in Arizona telling folks on Memorial Day to carry guns and shoot any Mexican in the park. Y'all hear about that? Yeah, Google that, y'all. Yes. I'm like, what the hell? So y'all sitting here talking about fuck Donald Trump and all the other stuff. It seems to me when a white race person harmed both the communities, like it happened in California when the KKK came in. Both Hispanic, African American people came in together and beat the Klan up. But why I can't get together when this stuff is not going on? Why I can't get together when, you know, and actually embrace each other, you know what I'm saying, instead of beefing with each other and thinking who's better and who got more trying to audition for a Klan, when both the Klan, the KKK, neo-Nazis and skinheads and Trump supporters who are white racists do not like us at all. So if I vote for Donald Trump, it probably wake our asses up. That's why I made the video. Okay? And you have Black Stage Dash who support Donald Trump. Okay? So she's part black and part Mexican. So y'all sitting here beefing about who killed the little boy instead of praying for the killer to be found, no matter what color he is. Instead of trying to come together and stop this situation in North Houston with all them homeless people, and besides just kicking them around, I suggest the Salvation Army don't want to do their doggone job. They trying to do this at the last minute when something like this happen. Can we also pitch them churches, pitch all them churches with Protestant or Catholic churches in them areas, come together and try to help the homeless out? I wish y'all would do something like that. That's what Jesus would do, okay? Trying to get them off the street, trying to get them jobs, not just get them soup kitchens and get them something to eat. Why not try to help them to get a job so they don't have to go to soup kitchens and go to work sort of stuff and try to find ways if they have felonies, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm letting you know, this is what happened to the little boy is not only about a racial issue to this, but it's about a poverty issue. Because anytime you neglect a person who is less fortunate, this situation is going to happen. Okay? And that's one thing that I want to let you know. Not only does race play into this Trump situation, wherever, but it's a man who want to keep the rich rich and poor poor. So both of them, I told you, the barrio and the ghetto are hardly no different. You don't see rich town houses like River Oaks and Memorial City and everything else, and in Galleria area around this area. You see, you know, people striving and trying to be, you know, trying to make it low income working class people in both the hood and the barrio combined. Cause I'm sorry, North Houston, it's like that. Both the hood, black and Spanish folks, they're right next to each other. Okay, it's not like Fifth Ward is mixed up too, but it's not like Denver Harbor or Second Ward or just totally the South Park. That's why, for example, Carlos Corey called himself South Park Mexican because let me let you know, let me educate about the South Park, right by Sunnyside. It's outside again, but belong Hispanics. Well, they're mostly black. Okay, most black identified, I should say. Okay, South Park back in the day in the 70s and early 80s and 60s, they were mostly white people. Because I had relatives that moved down there when it was mostly white at the time. You know, I think when I was a little child in the early 80s, seeing white folks there, and all the white folks left. Here we go with the white flight. Okay, so a lot of African American people moved there. Then a lot of Latinos moved there. And you have during that time, Carlos Croix, who's a rapper, Latino rapper, you know, who's locked up. I don't know if he raped a little girl or he did. I'm not debate that, but he called himself South Park Mexican because there wasn't too many Mexicans, already Latinos there at the time, but he was growing. I never forget a Hispanic woman who got curly hair in the 19 came from the African DNA, and she was Mexican. They thought that she was Creole. Okay, because she was so light, you know, because they're Creoles. So I'm Creole myself, but you have Creoles who look Hispanic. Okay, so there are Creoles who look Hispanic, who look exotic, who look Hispanic, and so I'll never forget that curly hair. This girl who's a tomboy, everybody thought she was a boy when she came to the store. We was talking about this. Never forget, it's 2002 or 1, and what happened was she said at the convenience store, she said South Park. Everybody thought she was black. Thought that she was a Creole. She said some black girls, you know, black identified girls, because you know we all mixed, had jumped her because she said that she was Mexican and not Creole. And they thought, well, I think it was the one drop rule. They thought that she was a Creole sister trying to claim. Oh, you say because she had the good hair. Okay, here we go with the Becky with the good hair situation. Okay, so that's okay. So that's why. Okay, so my point is that now we're living amongst each other. We have to. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like my school in the East Side. It was not predominantly Hispanic growing up in the '80s. It was predominantly white. Okay, you know what I'm saying? My school, middle, high, and elementary school. The late '80s, a lot of Latinos moved in, and a lot of white folks moved out in the town that I'm from, in the East Side of Harris County. So that's why we cannot sit here and ignore our issues together as being African American descent and Hispanic descent. We live amongst each other. We might as well be like New York and Bronx and Spanish Harlem and Harlem. Instead of fighting each other and trying to audition for the Klan, which we're never receptive for, and never be accepted from by them at the same time, let's come together and make an issue. But if we keep on beefing, I mean, you know what I'm saying, and not me personally, and we keep on trying to cause strife amongst each other and blame who more savage than other, but actually what Donald Trump called both of us savages, we might as well have him win. And we're hoping we'll have signs to say no Negroes, no Latinos, because then they have that term. Now they have Mexicans, because most of the Hispanics at the time were mostly most Latinos, Hispanic people were mostly Mexican here back in the day. Now you have different Hispanics now. Let's not forget the civil rights movement did pave the way for Latinos. I don't have to say this. That's not. Let's be honest, it's true. Because while MLK was fighting for civil rights, here comes Chavez King. Then you had the women's rights movement. Then you had the gays. Then you had the Asians. And you had the Native Americans. You had Spanish speaking American people who are now known as Latinos. You were mostly Mexican, and later on Puerto Ricans coming together. You had black and brown unity at the time. You know, and this is sad that, like, for example, the gangs in LA learned their terminology from the Black Panther movement and from the La Raza movement at the time. I don't understand why they turned it against one each other. I don't know why. I guess when drugs came in, this is my theory, white racist people brought them drugs in there to compete with each other. Because I remember watching the movie, even though it's not a true movie, Get Rich I Try with 50 Cent, and they were Latinos on there who were Colombian. Remember, they didn't want them to sell each other's, you know, any brother did that to anybody. Let's say your brother, let's say, this week I don't sell dope. I'm selling dope, and this brother came in, I don't care, he my color, light, dark, whatever, coming in, I'm, pow, kill it. You taking my money. Okay, so here come these Colombians came in, you know, in that movie. I saw that, they shot the Colombian now. Well, say the black and brown racism in Southern California started like that, because if a black person move in Hispanic Hispanic community, they're thinking, you know, they're not drug dealers. Their family who could be drug dealers on the other side of the community would become to whatever come in their community, gonna take away their money. Same thing when Hispanics came in, and mostly in Compton, you had the gangs like the Bloods and Crips fighting amongst each other, mostly well after we were seeing some Hispanics joining their gangs as well, you know, I mean, integrated as well. But you also had their money being taken away. You know, when I saw a movie American Me, that's what, you know, even though there may be some things probably was not telling the truth, whatever, the idea of both communities fighting each other over this drug war, but at the same time poisoning their community, and at the same time white folks who bring in the way, like the Reagan and Bush administration. And Bush was the president of the CIA during time Reagan was, you know, president. When they started bringing drugs in the hood, in the barrio, and you had black and Hispanic folk fighting amongst each other, which was the stupidest thing, and at the same time poisoning each other with the drugs. Wise up, homie. Wise up, homies, my black and brown brothers. Okay, wise up. Okay. You're causing genocide amongst each other when you're doing that, because you go only right racist sites like Stam from this. Yes, let all the black and Hispanic folks kill each other because we can have white privilege again. We can have white dominance. That's exactly. I know you said, well, you're saying you're gonna vote for Trump. The Trump protest, vote for Trump protest, was to wake y'all behinds up. Instead of y'all beefing, let's come together and not vote for Trump and vote for Bernie Sanders or vote for Gary Johnson instead of vote for Hillary Clinton, who want to put many of us in jail. Okay, Prime President Owens are trying to fund her campaign, and she's teaching that abortion is okay, so they can kill both black and brown people. Okay, in the womb. Okay, point is, y'all sitting here causing genocide either way. You know what I'm saying? Just like in Mexico, we're killing the women over there in Juarez. I used to live in El Paso. Okay, same thing in Chicago, where brothers killing each other. You're sitting here blaming each other for, oh yeah, all them blacks, they gonna kill us. All them black folks, they gonna kill. But y'all sitting here doing the same shit within your own community, and the same thing, you're sitting here beefing among each other. So when y'all have an interracial crime, against each other. You want to sit here to play that Trump game with each other when exactly this used against us. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why. And then while I was talking about the Flores murder, this black skinned woman, which is, I don't like her. Trust me, she is a beautiful black skinned woman. I'm talking about say okay? Trust me, if you took me literally seriously, you're crazy. I don't like this woman. I you know, her Instagram, I put a love for her because it was silly to see this. This part Portia, part Negro, bad wench, what's it called? A Sakata Ancha Mama, Tia Taco, coconut bitch, gonna sit here and support. Now you know why. You get the joke now, okay? Now you see why that gonna sit here and support this white racist man. But at the same time, I can't get mad at her because her people are beefing amongst each other. No one see her existence to exist. And a lot of black skins are popping up. Okay, you have, and before that, it's not a new thing. We had Stacey Dash. You have Sheila E., who was talking about the Prince situation. I do agree with her. The Madonna should not perform. You have Nicole Richie, who she eats niece. Her brother, you know what I'm saying, it's Nicole Richie's real father. You have Jimi Hendrix, who's there's talk besides Native American and Irish in being his background, as Mexican in his background. You have Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge, mad at one drop portal, Halle Berry, tried to a lot of Halle Berry. Not mention her roots in her movie. Her mother, Ruby Dandridge, was part Mexican, part black Jamaican, part Native American, and Dorothy Dandridge's father was part African from Africa, roots, not American, and part European. Okay, so that's what her mixed background was, and she was a beautiful. She was like considered the black Marilyn Monroe. Okay, she was just like, you know what I'm saying. She was, and she did play Mexican roles when they were trying to get white women with dark hair to play the roles or put a wig on their head and act a fool. She was part Mexican. And she played Latino roles. So that I was very upset with Halle Berry for not mentioning that in her movie, that she was part Mexican. Okay, so you had Lucy Gonzalez, who was a slave, who was part Mexican, part black and Native American, who married a white man, passed as white, and somehow some fashion, but she went to Chicago and fought for women's rights and minority rights. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of blacks. You have brothers in South Texas, especially in the Valley, marrying Mexican women. Okay, so and before the 11th verse Virginia, you have what was that case? Y'all know in California, well, the Mexican one time Hispanic people considered white one period of time, and this Mexican American woman, Latin woman married a black man, and they was able to marry because they both were Catholic, and this was way before. And you ever heard the Loma movement? The Loma movement. Look them up on Facebook and on Google. They the one who bring up their history way before 11th versus Virginia case. So this is, what I'm saying, we had Blaxicans before. And there's many people African American here in Texas who have Mexican ancestry. I met people who were grandfathers Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I know a dark skinned man who the last name, Hispanic last name. He shared both an Anglo last name and a Hispanic last name. And his father was dark skinned, mother was light skinned, her father was Mexican from Corpus Christi, and mother African American. Okay? And this dude older than me. And you know what I'm saying? He showed me his ID and everything. And I thought to you, well, you're a Dominican. No, he's a black and he dark chocolate. Okay? So y'all, you know what I'm saying? I wish they taught more about the history, because it needs to be taught. You had black Seminoles who went from Florida to Oklahoma to Texas to cross Rio Grande and married Mexican women. And Mexican men, those who are women who marry Mexican men. Okay? And it's in Coahuila, in Nacimiento de Negros, you have those people who are mixed with our African DNA from here, not only from Mexico, and Mexico doing the slave trade, doing colonial part of Mexico, but you have that there here, okay? We need to talk about this, because a lot of our people are not learning about who they are on both ends, who are beefing with them because of lack of intelligence, and not because of who they are, because they've been taught white racist schools in Texas. Yeah, they can be minority schools, but they're run by a white racist education system here in Texas, who lie and tell their history. A lot of stuff I'm talking about I learned from libraries, from the internet. I went and read books. You know what I'm saying? Every time, and it's funny when it was a book called African Americans and Native American, no, Africans and Native Americans, something like that. And I'll never forget back in '95 when I was 16 years old, which is almost 20 years ago. I really was shocked they had talked not only about African and Native American mixture here, but they talked about it in Mexico. Even the part of this now in Arizona and New Mexico and Texas and California, this was going on. Why we're not talking about this? It unites the people. Pio Pico. Pio Pico was the governor of California when it was Mexico, and he was Afro-Mestizo and very proud of it. Okay, so why we're not talking about this? And I bet he is rolling his grave when he see black and brown folks fighting each other in California. And the saddest thing that this man fought for both people. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid to see that y'all sit here and ignorant people. But you want to bash me for sitting here making a protest about voting for Trump to wake both your parties up. It's sad that a white racist person can scare you to become president, and y'all come together like you did when the Ku Klux Klan, but y'all don't come together when everything is wonderful, and y'all want to call each other ruckus among each other, kill each other's kids and stuff. That just get on my nerves, okay? And it's this funny part because I'm gonna be in this video. There was a in Corpus Christi. Speaking of Corpus Christi, last year I believe, and this is why I hate folks playing race plays, whether it be straight, gay, lesbian, bi, whatever, in their little interracial sex junk, because there was I know you're sure about the white guys that stuck hanger cars, hangers in a black student here in Texas, and did racial stuff, and humped on it and did stuff, and he was a mentally challenged student playing football. Okay, that goes on the news because white pro did. Okay, and of course my heart goes out to the brother, but don't forget there was a brother who was gay who had two Hispanic guys in Corpus Christi making racial epithets and sodomized him. And did this, yes, in Corpus Christi last year, 2014. My question is to y'all, why did it didn't make the news? And if it did, do you think I'll make a video talking about all Hispanic folks like this and they kill, they sodomize black men and this and that? No, because anybody could have did that. Because I'm not macho, but I was sexually harassed by all parties in school, by both Hispanic and white, Hispanic and black identified men. The young men, try to say, because we was boys at the time, we wasn't children, we wasn't adults. Even after I turned 18, even them seeing how they still try to play their games with me. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, I never get 15, both the black identified and white and Hispanic boys, when I was 15, no, when I was 5th grade, excuse me, try to see what my underwear looked like when I was trying to get ready to go on a Christmas play. Shape of Santa, I was an elf. The number 4 elf, and I never forget, I feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, should I say, hey, all dudes because of this situation? No. So the reason I brought this up because the situation with Jesus Flores, when his child was killed a staff times, and he said it was a black guy that did it, and we don't all look like they don't all look like we mix. Excuse me, I didn't make a video, and you know what I'm saying, so I'm bringing this up. Yes, there was last year 2 Hispanic guys, which is they lured this gay black African American descendant man into and I guess I don't know if he wanted a race play or not, but they did actually the tragic results of it, and they sodomized him. They called him all type of names. They messed up his gender, whatever they did to him, and they were in jail for the hate crime. Okay, so I want you to understand. Do y'all make a video say, I hate you WBs and all that, I hate you SPICs? No, because anybody could do the same thing, just like anybody could kill Jesus Flores. Because anybody, if you have racism, if you have killing going on within your own communities, I say both communities, you can't pinpoint which one is better. Okay, and no one's not resolved. You have drugs, you have folks joining gangs and being thugs and cholos and all this stuff in both communities. You have that going on. No one's not resolving the issue, and everybody's saying which one is bad and the other. But actually, white folks look at you. That's why when they see a Hispanic or African American move in, and there's a bunch of them coming, they move out and they take all resources of the community. That's the reason why that I'm making this video. So to all the response, y'all sit here not unsubscribing because y'all thought that I actually gonna vote for Trump. No, but for this protest, if the both communities like they did with the multiracial category, almost the one drop, okay, came together to stop this multiracial category from being on the census 2000. Okay, that's why we can check more than one box. If y'all can do that, you can come together, start this beef between black and Hispanic folks. Okay, because it's getting to be a problem. It's getting to be a problem to the point that we are becoming the majority. Talking about in both communities, I mean, who's better than? I'm talking about as people of color. People of color are going to be the majority of this country in the next couple of years. White folks, while they're trying to get Donald Trump, is going to be a minority. Okay, so y'all keep on sitting here. That's why we're going to put a wall up. They're trying to stop abortion clinics, like Hillary Clinton, all you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So y'all sitting here beefing and being ignorant, okay, not being intelligent, intelligent, should I say? This is going on, and you sleep. Okay, so you might as well go ahead and destroy yourself and allow the folks to destroy it for you. So you destroy yourself for you since you want to participate in the act. That's the whole purpose of the video. Alright, so I hope y'all get y'all. Bye-bye.